So you ever notice how you're doing your laundry and by the time you need to use the dryer, you notice that the lint trap wasn't cleaned out from whoever did it the last time? And so you have to do it yourself and just make the process a lot longer? No? Okay, maybe that's just me. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, there are times of confusion where you need to be out the door in like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, where are my keys? Then you have to stop whatever you're doing and look overall creation for this pair of keys that you wish there was a magnet on your ceiling that can... well, actually, no, that would be dangerous, If it picked up all the metal in your house, that extraction would just be crazy, don't you think? Well, turns out those keys were probably right in front of your face the entire time, in a place that was so obvious and you didn't look at them. The answer is, it was on top of your TV the entire time, and you didn't think to check there. Oh, how the brain works. Well, as a human being, we are known to lose things pretty commonly. From our keys to our remote control to our pants from time to time. Yeah. As double meaning as that sounded, it's true. But the one thing we lose all the time is phrases and passwords. Yeah, phrases and passwords, because sometimes the easiest password is the hardest one to remember after 2 weeks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just name my password after one of my dogs. But the thing is, you have like 7 dogs, and then you never think that maybe the password is the 4th one of the batch. So, yeah, most commonly the hardest password to remember is the easiest one. Because, interests change, and let's say you've had this account for a very long time, and then the password hint says, favorite TV show right now, and you're like, okay, my favorite TV show right now is The Walking Dead, and then you write The Walking Dead, TWD, Rick Grimes 1, Rick Grimes 2, and so on, Daryl 1. And then it turns out your password was Vampire Diaries Stefan 1. And then you're like, are you kidding? I haven't watched that show since season 4. Let's see, the Twilight series ended about 5 years ago. And just imagine if you haven't touched a Tumblr for a very long time and your password was Twilight related. Are you going to remember that now if you're a Supernatural fan these days? I don't think so. Unless you have a very strong memory like I do. But most commonly, you don't remember anything past the age of 4. What am I talking about? I'm being a hypocrite right now. Whatever. Now back to stating the obvious. Everybody happens to know somebody who is labeled Captain Obvious because he says something that you already came up with almost on a regular basis. Yeah. So, basically, let's say you have nothing to do on a Saturday night, alright? He says, hey, we have nothing to do today, do we? Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. How about we see a movie? Well, we have a lot more show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. I can't believe I waited 2 years to talk about something that I know so much about. Usually I talk about something out of pure ignorance, and now I feel like talking about something I know pretty well, and that is the opening credits to TV shows. Yeah, we've talked about the Friends intro, we've talked about the theme songs being catchy, but we never actually talked about the intros and how the opening credits define the show itself. Well, we got intros that, they basically have nothing to do with the show. get your point across. Like, these are just a bunch of pictures of the Victorian era. Like, I mean, you're a show about a bar. Why are we seeing these kind of pictures? Cheers. Yeah. And then you have intros like Full House's intro. You visit San Francisco one day, you see the bridge, and you're like, oh, Full House. Yeah, let's go past the Full House Bridge. Yeah, it's not called the Golden Gate Bridge at all. It's called the Full House Bridge. Or the Charmed Bridge, if you're more into dramas. But if a show happened to fall in the 80s, and it's a family sitcom, you see the generic cliches. Like, you see windows breaking, you see wacky shenanigans, as these kind of shows call for. And then you happen to see a lot of family bonding things, like playing Pictionary, feeding the ducks, doing a musical number or two. Yep, I'm describing Family Matters for a friend right now, but this is my own topic. Yep, same friend from the If Pigs Fly scenario. But you know what really annoys me to this day? The shows that are long running, but they never change their intro. I mean, Fresh Prince, for example. The show didn't even look like that for the rest of the series. In fact, it really only looked like that for the first season. And then you're like, okay, so he's playing basketball. Oh, yeah. How come he doesn't have a square head in the show, but he has a square head in the intro? Yes, for the people who haven't seen a season 1 episode of The Fresh Prince, he had a square head in 1990. You're welcome. Apologies for the double meaning in this scenario, but it is now time for that weekly list called the Possibility List. It's kind of like how you can compare your talents to a piece of wood. Alright, this week's list is titled 6 Opinions in the Form of Facts. There's actually graphics this week. I'm not being lazy, even though this video ran very late on a Friday. Okay, so at number 6. In 2004, Friends ended after a successful run of 10 seasons. Number 5. Farmville is on Facebook, and every week I get annoying requests to play. Number 4. Nut allergy is surprisingly common. Number 3. Public television is designed for preschoolers, but I've been known to tune in and I enjoy it. Number 2. Google is a search engine that happens to be a great homepage. Get Chrome. And number 1. 6 Opinions in the Form of Facts. Saturday Night Live will be on forever. Alright, okay, that was a complete opinion. But that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. Be sure to tune in to my almost practically dead website, rodriguezreplay.com. You can watch the show there, too, every now and again. And follow me on social media. That is the show. I'll see you next week for a full month of December shows. Yes, by full month, I mean every Friday I'll be here. Okay, that is the show. See ya.